Hey Daria, thank you for joining with me in this conversation.
Okay,
So
let's get started.
it's been a minute, like we haven't talked for a long time. So how are things with you? How's life treating you?
Oh, everything is fine. I'm working or try to do my English better,
Hmm,
at least
nice.
not
Lot of
always officially.
a lot of people
officially.
in India have this question, like how they can elevate their skills in English. So what are some of the methods that you apply to improve your English?
I need to speak. As for me, I need to talk every day, not
Hmm,
speak exactly. I know now it's a difference between talk, speak, and say. Yeah,
okay.
some different
Good for you.
meaning. Yeah. Talk and a lot of people they recommend read every day. It
Reading book.
doesn't matter.
Okay.
Yeah, read exactly reading. It doesn't matter what books, articles, whatever you want. Maybe recipes for your cooking. I don't
So the
know.
point is, do you do that, Daria? Do you do that?
Um, I try at least, but I'm not always have time for that because I have to work at school
Hmm.
and spend my work till 3 o'clock, 3 p.m. And after that, I need to do homework.
Hmm.
And uh,
And
after
on top
that,
of that, like you are also homemakers, you have to look up.
yeah, exactly. I'm housewife,
Hmm.
as I can say like that. Yeah. Net and mostly what I can do is using apps for English, listening podcasts,
Nice.
yeah, and talking with people, yeah.
Okay, individuals. All right, great, great, nice. So we haven't talked for a while, and I'm not sure whether you talked with any other person or not. So how do you feel when you are not getting the chance to speak in English, and all of a sudden I tell you to let's have a conversation like this? Like, do you feel
Yeah,
some sort of hesitation or not?
yeah, I feel like some emptiness inside, when I miss something. I miss
Hmm.
something, and it's never enough when okay, for example, if you so learn, study English, whatever you should know for what you do it and which level you wanna reach or to get. Or after that, if you don't speak, you
Yeah,
can't reach this
definitely.
level.
I
Sorry.
often I often tell this to my student that I speak in English from morning till night, but on weekends, if I don't speak at all, it's gonna, make an impact on my speaking skills. Even though if I'm
Of course, immediately. Yeah, you're completely right. Yes, you're right. Because when you talk, you use what you know, and
Hmm.
especially you can use it right in the right way or in the wrong way. And but it's just like any skill, you need to train. You need to
Yeah,
train. It's
consistency.
yeah, resistance with
As you are
resistance.
also an English teacher, Daria, like at school, do you have to speak in English thoroughly while teaching to your students, or is it like a
I have
mixture
to.
of
Yeah,
Russian
yeah,
and
I have to, not so often. I need to translate to them because they
okay.
can't follow me. But I try at least. And when I've noticed recently when I start to talk and they understand what I'm talking about. They
Hmm.
maybe even they don't speak with me, but they can understand for listening. Their audio skills are improving somehow maybe, but not so much. Unfortunately, for language, I think it's for any discipline. It's the most important thing when you can use it practically.
Hmm.
If you use it practically, it doesn't matter what is it, math or physics or language. if you don't use it, you forget everything.
Yeah,
Just forget.
makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay, great. And I was gonna ask you something. Yeah, have you acquired any new knowledge in context of English, like be it a vocabulary, idiom,
Yeah.
phrase?
Yeah, it's not about exactly knowledge, I should say. I
Okay.
just took okay. I just took one test. It's IELTS test,
Hmm.
and it showed me when I have level B2 already. I have
Okay,
level
intermediate.
B2. Yeah, upper intermediate. But I'm not sure that it was correct. Maybe it was correct about 70%,
All right.
because yeah, I should corrected my writing essay. There is some parts to check your skills and your knowledge in English, uh, audio, writing, reading, speaking, everything, all
Makes
of it.
sense. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. And yeah, is there anything that you want to ask in context of English or any other thing that you want to ask to me?
Yes, which methodics do you use every day to study your students? What do you use exactly? Which instruments? What kind of instruments do you use every
I,
day to teach them?
I tend to use multiple things at a time. First, I have to analyze the proficiency level of my student. Let's assume that a student is like with me for more than 1 year. So as you know that I try to construct my own materials. I've written books like I have so far constructed three books like this. So I
Mhm.
try to teach from that. And furthermore, I'm fond of reading, as you know. So I read a lot of books. And I will often tell this thing to my student that come up with reading of a book and we're gonna discuss on that book, about that book. So sometimes we do book talks. Sometimes we talk about regarding any kind of podcast. Sometimes we watch a YouTube video and discuss on that. So I try to incorporate several things in my teaching.
Mhm, mhm. Okay, what do you do when they're doing some mistakes? Exactly, or for if it's common thing, when students, even it's for anyone, I think, for everyone make mistakes. It's okay. It's completely okay. It's part of studies. What do you do if they make mistakes?
I try to rectify their mistakes and I tried that they don't repeat the mistakes over and over again. So I always try to rectify their mistakes, be it by in their writing skill or in their speaking skills. So by constantly giving full attention to them and rectifying their mistakes, ultimately their English starts getting better.
Okay, do they have some purpose in English, or they just talk with you, or they have exactly purpose, For example, some of people, they exactly know for what they do it, they study English uh, for getting job, or to travel, or
Hmm.
I don't know, a lot of things, uh, or just for fun.
Hmm.
They know what they are doing. I mean, when
Right.
they are meeting with you, and
Yeah.
exactly, yeah.
Yeah. Are you able to listen to any background noise from my side?
No,
Okay.
you
Because
haven't. You
a
haven't.
phone is
No.
ringing, so I thought that you might be able to listen to it, but it's all right. Uh,
It's okay. I don't see. I don't hear. Okay.
to answer your question, in India, all the people are crazy about English. Like everybody has the desire to become fluent in English, and the people I train to, most of them are working professionals. So either they want to, get a growth in their career. Some are
Mm-hmm,
looking
mm-hmm.
for better job opportunities. Some of them are college students, so they want to get better job. And in India, most of the interviews are conducted in English language. So
Mm.
one must,
Really?
yeah,
Okay.
one must has to be fluent in English. Otherwise,
Mhm.
it would be really challenging for him or her to crack the interview. So,
Okay.
yeah, so
I
it's not
think
for travel
CV
purpose.
it's also when you present your CV, yeah, CV,
Hmm.
it's also in English, right? Is
Yeah,
it right?
everything
Correct?
is in English. Everything is in
Really?
English. Yeah. And in today's like time in India, if you want to have a good job, if you want to get reputation in the society itself, you must have the fluency of English.
Nice. Hadn't know it. I didn't know it. Yeah, I didn't know it. Yeah.
Hmm.
The most complicated for me in English, it's not exactly words because you can use words like, as more often, more simply you can remember what you are talking about, you recognize them. But the most, I think, difficult when you use this word in context and they have 12 tenses. It's not correct 12. I always tell my students they you have 16 tenses, 16 because future in the past also includes this. But for speaking, they use more less tenses, yeah, than for reading and for writing, yeah. But it's complicated in Russia to explain my students why we should say like that or write like that, like that, not another way, from a grammar point of view.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
And also confusing, and I try at least to do it as more simpler as possible for them.
Okay. Nice. Great. And how do you feel about conversations like this? Do you think everyone should do conversations like this in
Yeah.
order to escalate their skills?
Yeah, for sure you should.
Hmm.
Uh, I can repeat myself again, okay? Then, if you want to improve your English, you have to. It doesn't matter which level do you have. A first or even C1 doesn't matter which one. But you have to talk.
Right.
Uh, yeah, and it doesn't matter. It can be organized specially with topic, with includes new grammar, new vocabulary, or some with tasks. Exactly, with tasks for making your skills improve your skills with special purpose. Or you can just talk for discuss and share opinions, discuss news, discuss what you see, what you think, and yeah, whatever. It's active. Any skills have to be active and
Right.
trained.
Hmm. Got it. Nice.
Yeah, I know. I think you know that, and you know that because you are a teacher, and you. For example, you born with hint. Sorry if I'm not correct now. Your language call calls like
Hindi.
name of your language.
Hindi. Are you referring to that?
Hindi,
Hindi.
Hindi,
Yeah.
Hindi.
Hindi
And
language.
you born with Hindi, yeah? You really don't know any English words,
Yeah.
any of them. And it's just way, step by step. It's not process for 1 minute or I was joking about it's curiosity for me and also makes me laugh about I go to the shop, uh, bookshop, and I see a lot of books. We will teach you English for 3 months.
Yeah.
Guys, no,
Yeah.
no, you won't learn English for 3 months. No.
Yeah. It's not possible. It's not
It's a
possible.
myth. It's a myth.
Hmm.
Forget about it. It's a hard work every day. It's work, work, work. forget about it. Don't buy these books, please. Don't
Definitely.
make you I don't know some uh, illusions
Yeah,
when
yeah, get it.
you just need to buy this book and you
Hmm.
know English. No, for God's sake,
Not like that.
no.
Hmm.
Yeah, for you should know when any level of English they have they includes particularly hours,
Definitely.
amount of hours. Yeah, with training, and it includes four activities as I mentioned: um, reading, speaking, writing, listening. Yeah, and yeah, without it, if you're not exactly in the area where people talk in this language, forget. No, you
And
can't.
on top of that, as I said
Uh,
earlier, like even if you become fluent in English, you got to maintain that fluency. It's not like you become fluent and then you stop practicing it. You got to make sure that you do it on
yeah, exactly.
uh, like a lot of
Yeah,
people. And the thing that you mentioned, it's a very good thing that you came up with. A lot of people are under the impression that they can master this language in 3 or 4 months, and
yeah,
after that,
yeah, yeah.
there's no need to take the classes. So I often have to enlighten the students that it's not like that. You got to stay with the class for at least 6 or 7 months to see the
Yeah.
improvement in yourself.
Yeah, and talk, practice every
Okay,
day.
yeah. You got to learn, and after learning you got to execute those things. So if you
Yeah,
do these things eventually,
certificate.
then you're gonna see something in yourself, like some sort of improvement. And it's a lengthy process. Like sometimes people ask to me, what are the shortcuts? I say there are no shortcuts to it. You got to learn the hard way. You have to
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
do it on regular basis, whether you like it or not.
Yeah, yeah, yes, you're right. It's no pain, no gain. Yeah.
Ah, definitely, it's like that.
For example, I have such experience in my life for because uh, I've been studying English for 10 years,
Yeah,
10 years
it's
already.
been a
Yeah,
decade.
it's
Hmm.
10 years already. And 10 years ago, I was studying with my tutor, and
Hmm.
we were meeting together. We had meetings. Just I need to sometimes switch off my language, Russian to English. Yeah,
I guess you might be
and
translating inside your mind,
yeah,
right?
yeah, yeah. Translating there, and uh, yes, he did my base, grammar base, such structure. There is a run, some, any. It's zero level, for example, without which you can't even
He
do
taught
nothing.
you
You
the
can't. Yeah,
basics. That's what you are saying, right? He taught you the basics.
yeah, yeah. It's for example, I knew how to use these structures. I could read. I was able to read. I was able to do, but I just could at that moment read uh, the simplest texts and make some exercises for grammar.
Hmm.
But when few years later, I met people who really talk in English,
Right.
and I
Like
was
fluently.
working as in the plant the plant as a
Hmm.
just worker.
Okay.
And I was thinking, wow, I want to do this. I want to talk. I want to know this language. Okay. And because of my work, I had to
Master this language.
yeah, and I always faced with these people, not faced.
You always
They
meet
visit
these people.
they visited to us our plant, and of
Hmm.
course we had conversations. And I couldn't because they didn't talk, they didn't speak Russian at all,
Oh,
and I couldn't speak with them in English, and despite I had my tutoring. despite of this, you know.
That was the,
And
I guess, a wake-up call for you. That at that moment you realized that my English is not really up to the mark, so I really need to work on my English. That point, I guess, was a realization. At,
yeah, 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 yeah. Uh, a lot of people tell about language barrier.
Hmm.
It's true. Yes, it's true. It's a fact. You have this barrier, and it's sometimes it's really scary to start to talk because you scare when someone can laughing about your skills and they can't understand what you are talking about, and you just afraid to look stupid or
Definitely.
silly
Right.
person.
There is
And
a
yeah,
lot of pressure around English. It's not merely a
yeah,
language nowadays. Like if you constantly are in the state of that kind of pressure, like if I make a mistake, people will make fun of me. But they
yeah,
don't
yeah, yeah,
realize, the
right.
new individual does not realize that the other people might not even know that you are making mistakes because their level is not up to that level where they can analyze or where they can realize that you are making mistakes. All you need to do is you have to make an effort to speak. Once you speak, everything is going to be all right. It's all about courage. You have to step outside of your comfort zone.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. It's always you. Yeah, you should go out from your comfort zone with this, and yeah, and don't be afraid. It's. I know it's just so easy to tell in my case because I can talk not correctly always, and I don't care about it. Sorry.
All right.
I just, if I have a purpose to share with information, I use all my vocabulary to explain what I want and for people to understand that people can understand what I'm talking about with them.
Hmm.
But it's not um, for for forever when you stuck with this position with language it's a life thing and always changing it's a life thing
Yeah.
and uh,
It's a process, I
in
guess. It's a process.
yeah on
There is no
Sunday
destination.
on Sunday you just overcome it and you
Hmm.
move forward
Definitely. Definitely.
and you even remember what you couldn't talk or you
Hmm.
want wouldn't or you did wouldn't able to talk.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, just automatically and
Got it. Nice, nice. Great. All right, Daria, I won't hold you any longer. It's been a pleasure talking to you.
me
And I'm
too.
sure that my viewers and my students will learn a lot by watching our conversation. So
I
thank you
hope
for
so.
joining with me today.
Okay, see you. Bye bye.
Thank you. Take
Nice
care.
to see you again, Daniel. Bye. See you later again. Bye.